what's the solution? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to make this happen? This is what I want to have happen. This is the thing that I'm thinking about. This is the thing that I want, the result that I want. And as you start to think about that, when you get that inspired action, then now this is the frequency. This is where now you can bring those two things together.
I'm about to give you some real knowledge.
So listen, your ideas, I found you for a reason. This is something I talk about a lot because it's so important to understand. When you receive an idea, that's what happens. You receive it from somewhere. It wasn't there before. You might have had the need at some point that you wanted this solution, or you wanted to know, how can I make this happen? How can I make this manifest? And then suddenly this idea pops in your head. This idea came from nowhere and it found you for a reason. You're supposed to do something with that idea. A lot of people think maybe that this idea is just a random thing, but it's not. When you receive an idea, you're supposed to do something with it. You drawing it to you, and it's usually an answer to a problem that you've had. A lot of times people want to make more money, or they want a better relationship, or they want something to happen. There's an issue, there's a need, and they're looking for a solution. And they're saying to themselves, how can I make this happen? And they might say it out loud even. How can I make this happen? If you do say it out loud, that energy vibration, you're bringing yourself up to a frequency of, I want to receive an answer. This is what's really happening. You have to understand that we're broadcasters, so our brain, our thoughts, they transmit on a frequency. And when you start to think about things that you want, it brings it to a different frequency. And everything that you want is on a matching frequency. So when you verbalize it and you're thinking about it, those two things, now your thought and your words are married, then it's inspired action. That's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for, what's the solution? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to make this happen? This is what I want to have happen. This is the thing that I'm thinking about. This is the thing that I want, the result that I want. And as you start to think about that, when you get that inspired action, then now this is the frequency. This is where now you can bring those two things together. But the inspired action is the idea. The idea found you for a reason. Now the inspired action is not just to do whatever, but in that idea is going to be the steps that you need to take to make that manifestation happen. And sometimes you don't get the full steps. When you have that idea, it's just a spark. It's to set you on a path, and as you start to take that first few steps of that path, what it's doing is it's preparing you to be able to receive something. So when I wanted to start speaking, I didn't just jump on stage and start speaking. I know some people do that, but for my journey, I had to decide, okay, what do I want to speak about? What kind of a speaker am I? What kind of a style do I want to have? So I had to start studying and learning how to speak and getting in front of a small group of people and trying things out, testing things out. But what I was doing was preparing to be able to actually go on stage and speak. I was trying things, I was stumbling, I was making mistakes. I was learning as I go, I was learning from the mistakes. But that idea gave me the inspired action to take the first step, which was to reach out to a speaking group, which my speaking group was Toastmasters, and take the initial steps to start learning. And then as I started to learn and I started to cultivate my style and to really create the way that I wanted to show up, I eventually outgrew Toastmasters, and then I started to go to other speaking events and meet, event planners, meet promoters, and start to navigate into, that full manifestation of me being able to get up on stage and speak and inspire and motivate people to want to take action and to learn and to be able to do their personal impossibles. But it all started with just taking that first action, and that first action really was, what is it that I want to do? What is the need? What is the problem, and how do I find that solution? That's the very first step in being able to manifest the things you want to do. Here's the crazy thing about manifestation. You can only achieve the things that you believe you can achieve. So it might be a personal impossible for you that you're scared to do it, but if you think that you can do it, if there's like a slight thought that you can do it, you're able to manifest that. But if it's something that there's no way that you ever could see yourself doing it, if you can't actually see yourself doing it, you're never going to manifest it. So you first got to believe that you can do something. And when people say to be realistic, it's not being realistic as in you have to know every step, and if you don't know every step, you can't do it. But it's just, do you really see yourself doing it? Do you really think that you would love to be able to do that? Would it be awesome? Would it be fun for you? If the answer is yes on those, then you start to focus on, what would it be like to do that? What's it going to feel like to do that? What will it feel like to be able to tell people that I've done that? That's how you manifest things in your life. That's how you start to achieve things. That's how I achieved speaking on stage. That's how I achieved writing books. That's how I achieve anything that comes into my mind that I want to do, and I take action on it. It's the steps of focusing on what it's going to feel like when I do it, what it's going to be like when I do it. The whole experience is really what I'm looking for. But the beauty of it is, if you enjoy the steps and you enjoy the journey of it, and so you're not just focusing on the end result, but if you're actually enjoying the journey of it, then you're really going to be able to start to manifest the things, because you're not looking for instant results. You just know by feeling, by intuition, by experiencing a little bit of it, you're on the right path. And it really doesn't matter for you how long it takes, because the journey is part of the fun. It's the challenge of being able to say, this is something I think would be really awesome if I could do this. Now, how do I figure out how to do this? How do I attract it to me? How do I attract myself to that end result? You start to think in that way, and you start to plan in that way, and then you marry your thoughts and your feelings, and then you take inspired action into the mix. So those are the three things you need. You need your thought, you need the feelings of it, of already doing it, and then you need the inspired action of, what are the things I can do to start getting that ball rolling. And as you start to put it into motion, more ideas will come to you to be able to help you develop it even more, and to be able to make it even more awesome and more fun and more exciting for you. So it's all in understanding that your ideas found you for a reason. And if you don't take action on your ideas, they don't just find you. There's other people that are getting those same ideas. And the people that actually are successful at it are the ones that follow through on the things that they think they should do. And they receive that inspired action, and you trust your intuition, and you jump in and you do it, and you take away the fear of failing, the fear of what it would be if it's embarrassing if it doesn't work out. Because the fear will stop you from doing the things that you could do, as long as you accept that you're not going to be awesome at it at first. It's going to be a struggle at first, and it gets easy once you learn how to do it. Everything gets easy once you learn how to do it, but it's super hard when you're learning how to do it. And when you accept that, then you're going to be able to really manifest the things that you've received, the ideas that you receive. And these are things that you've asked for. Now you receive them, put action into them, and you're going to make them happen in your life. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope that you liked this video, you found it valuable. Leave a comment, like and subscribe to this channel, and watch more of my videos, as I'm giving you a lot of insight into how to use mindset in your life to be able to achieve your personal possibles and to be able to do the things that you really want to do. So that's it for this one, and until next time, you heard.